Let's pretty much get to work, have this conversation, talk about this topic. You know, when you think about Joe McCann, right, and you think about this case with Ashley, he may end up getting away with what he did to Ashley. And I think the reason he may end up getting away with this, it's because a lot of people are not really taking this thing serious. It's as if though, like, for example, right now on social media, right, there's a lot of videos being published, and there's like this oversaturation of voices, and these influencers, they're not really trying to speak to the case. They just want to get clicks and views to make money. Clicks and views is important, don't get me wrong. At the same time, it's like people don't have the passion and the drive to talk about the topic to make sense. So it's like what I'm seeing on social media is there's a lot of people that are working with the system to spin a narrative that Ashley kind of just took her life and we just need to move on and just kind of forget about it. Next topic, one of them type of things. And then you have groups of people who they just spread lies every day. You know, like every video they do about the Ashlee Jenae case, it's just a bunch of fluff. It's not no information that can kind of get the ball rolling. It's like people will just make up stuff like, oh, well, Joe was married to some woman and Joe did this. And it's like none of this stuff have anything to do with the case, or they'll just make up stuff. And what it does, it gets the viewers frustrated because the viewers are just like, they get tired of hearing about the Janae case because it's like everybody that's speaking on the case, they're not even qualified to even speak because they're not making sense. And it's like everybody's just greedy for a click. And it kind of defeats the purpose of doing content like this because when you're a person who really is passionate about the story, it's like your work gets overshadowed by the garbage. Like I did a search today and I was rather surprised about it. You know what I mean? I did a search today on YouTube and I just kind of typed in Ashlee Jenae. Like I just went to the YouTube search, typed in Ashlee Jenae, and not one of my videos popped up. Not one. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I'm like, where are my videos? Like literally, I don't even see them. Do you see them? Maybe you should do a search and find out too, because it's something strange going on with this case. And it's as if though YouTube, social media is pushing content creators that are lying about the case. And the ones like myself that are actually speaking about the situation, they're not pretty much giving them any sort of push in the algorithm to reach the viewers. So while I put out very, very good information in regards to this case, there should be way more people that are tuning in. There should be thousands of people. The videos should be reaching a very large audience. And I'm grateful for the few that show up. At the same time, I know that when you speak about stories like this, it's a challenge because you could be a person that has the passion and the drive to cover these kind of stories, but then YouTube is oversaturated, guys, with thousands of creators that just want a dollar. And it becomes difficult for the viewer to know the difference between who's real and who's fake because every day you wake up, somebody got a new update, but the update is not even real, it's fake. So this story is not really making traction to get justice for Ashley because the creators that a lot of you put your trust into believing that they're going to be sincere about what they're doing, they're just chasing the dollar. They're chasing subscribers, they're chasing clicks. So they're not asking the real questions because they don't have it in them to really do investigative reporting. It's not in their DNA. So it brings me to the conclusion that Joe McCann may get away with what he did to Ashlee Jenae. And the reason why is because social media is oversaturated with a bunch of misinformation. And I told you guys in previous streams that in order for Joe to be indicted, in order for Joe to be charged, in order for Joe to really be held accountable, we need concrete evidence that ties him to the crime scene. And the parents of Jenae, they failed her. And I'm very, very angry that a family can be this slow when it comes to something so sensitive. Ashley been gone for a while, and the family have not even stepped foot to that hotel, that resort they were at. They haven't even gone there. And it kind of raises more questions like, do they even care? And with all the lies that are on social media, it seems like the creators that are not sincere, that are spreading lies and rumors and just a bunch of fluff, they're the ones that are being pushed into the algorithm. They're the ones getting all the views, the clicks. They're making all this money, but they don't even care about the case. For them, it's just another dollar. If you study my platform, guys, I have a history of reporting on various crime stories, murders, and my content is some of the best material you will find. We've cracked the case with Stephen Twitch Boss. We covered that whole case. When rapper Takeoff was murdered, my content solved the crime. I did the best news reporting ever covering that series. And I didn't let up because you have to have the passion to really dive into these stories and really be invested to the point where it becomes a part of your life. Like you get up and you're thinking about what Takeoff was doing before he got shot in the head. Like what was going through his mind before they set him up. It was actually the series with rapper Takeoff and Twitch that actually helped my channel to grow because I was reaching hundreds of thousands of people, literally. And those videos, in most cases, I wasn't even on camera. You ain't even see me. I was just in the studio, just doing my content and just posting images on the screen, just diligently focusing on the topic. And I just put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into those videos because I sincerely believe that, rapper Takeoff was set up. I believe Quavo lined them up, along with Migo bands, as well as mob ties. When you look at the Stephen Twitch Boss case, same thing, guys. I covered the whole case from his connection to Ellen DeGeneres all the way down to the untimely passing of his murder. And, I was called everything in the book negative because a lot of people, um, they don't like my bold approach. I can be very, very harsh at times, but I'm a man. I'm very bold and straightforward with what I got to say because there's no time to BS when it comes to these type of stories. I don't just make these videos just to make these videos. I'm serious about these things. Um, I could always join the club of men that just want to bash Ashley all day because she was a swirler and a divester. I could play that game too, but I don't choose to do that because that right there is it's not in my character, you know? It's not in my character to be fake. Social media is filled with a lot of fake people, and it's a very difficult job when you're a sincere human being who want to see justice for certain people, but it's overshadowed by the lies and the manipulation. Um, Joe may end up getting away with this crime. And again, the reason why is not because he's rich, it's because the public are not really applying pressure to this case. It's like every day creators make fake videos about Ashley every day. They're not giving you commentary. They're playing video clips, they're doing reactions, they're playing the same thing over and over and over. And it gets to the point where it's like, look, um, the titles are misleading. They're telling you they got an update for you, and when they talk, they're not even talking about no updates because nothing is updated. Joe have never came into the public to speak, so what update they talking about? And it gets so confusing that the viewers get disappointed because you go to these platforms and you're expecting answers, and then you don't get it, so you get frustrated. And then my video pops up, and maybe you might click, you might learn something, or maybe you just might see it and just say, you know what, to hell with him. He's just like them. So now the real truth tellers, the real folks that are doing the investigation, at least from a social media standpoint, they get pushed in the background somewhere. And people don't really get to hear their thoughts on the situation. Ashley was murdered. Um, Joe should be already done arrested. This is a clear cut case, and it reminds me so much of Stephen Twitch Boss. Stephen was a guy that had the world in his hand, and then one day they just said he decided to go to a hotel after leaving his house early in the morning to go right down the street to a hotel and blow his brains out. This is what they wanted you to believe. It's a lie. He was murdered, and it's unfortunate that all these people are dead, and the cover story is that they just was tired of living, decided to end it all. You know, what's interesting to me, guys, is they love to tell us that these people decided to take their lives. How come people that are in poverty, people that live in the ghetto, projects, slums, people that are going through a lot of financial struggles, people that are homeless, how come we don't hear about those people just saying, you know what, I'm just going to end it all and just call it a day? You don't see that. It's crazy to me that the people who are struggling and suffering the most continue to move on and live and go through the struggles to survive. But it's like the people that got it all, they got the money, they got the houses, the cars, they got all this stuff. They're the ones they keep telling us decided to take their life. And it doesn't make any sense. None of that stuff makes sense. And you got to conclude that there's some foul play. When you look at Joe, um, you see a man who was more seasoned in the game, a guy who understood how to get what he want from Ashlee, and she was younger, naive, and now she's dead. And when we look at the deck of cards, it's not adding up with all the things that we're seeing. And when I do my content, I try to give the viewer something to think about so that you don't get taken advantage of by creators on social media, because a lot of these people are liars. I tell you guys this all the time. Some of you might think I'm a liar. Well, to each his own. All you got to do is judge the tree by their fruit. You look at all my videos from when I started this case till now, you will hear nothing but passion, sincerity, and truth. And the questions that I raise, you would think that the family of Ashlee would be applying pressure, but they're not applying pressure. They're doing the same thing that Stephen Twitchball's family did. They're doing the same thing that Shanquella Robinson family did. Same thing Kanika Jenkins family did. It's the same operation. It's as if though they were bought and paid for already, as if though somebody came to them and said, look, don't make a big deal out of this. We're going to take care of it and everything is cool, you know? And it's like, we don't know what really went wrong with this case. We don't know if Ashlee is still alive. They could tell us the body was sent back. How do you know that? How do you know that? Because the father said that in a post. We don't know that. Where's the proof of all this? Where's the proof the body was sent back? He could just be following a script. Ashlee could be in Africa somewhere being tortured and tormented. They could be running experiments on this woman. She could be put in a sex dungeon, being taken advantage of, doing rituals on, and the family know about it. But they're going to have a funeral. So now, things and key things that we need to focus on if Ashlee is in fact in America is the funeral. Will the funeral be a private funeral? If the funeral is a private funeral where only the family can go, red flag. That means that Ashlee is still alive somewhere and it's all staged. Because the same thing was done with Twitch. Those of you that followed my investigative reporting in regards to the Stephen Twitchball's case, I showed you guys that the family of Twitch, well, not the family of Twitch. Well, yeah, the family. The family said that they were, no, it wasn't the family. It was Allison Hawker. She promised the fans of Twitch that they were going to do some sort of public memorial type celebration for Twitch's fans. That never came to pass. She never did it. She lied. She told everybody that she was going to do this for the fans that was grieving. She didn't even give the fans of Twitch an opportunity to grieve. And it's things like that that are red flags. Also, it was said that when Twitch's mother, brothers, and so came to the funeral thing, it was some hostile, it got a little heated. And it just goes to show there was always conflict within that family. And it's clear that Allison, set her husband up and got him killed, And people don't want to believe that because, again, people that have power and money, they're able to set these things up. And when we look at the case with Ashlee, I don't see the family putting in any real work. You see, like how when I come on, I do my live streams, I'm putting in hours. I'm asking questions, trying to find out what's going on. I don't see the family doing nothing. Like, what are they doing daily? They never went to Africa. They didn't go to the hotel. They didn't take pictures. They didn't, they didn't look for Joe. Like, none of this stuff is making sense. So with all of the lies that are on social media, there's so many videos, man. I was very disappointed because I I just went to YouTube and just typed in Ashlee Jenae because I wanted to see if my videos pop up, because I put in a lot of work into this investigation, and not one of my videos popped up in the search engine, guys. Like, if you don't know how discouraging that is. Like, you click and you type in Ashlee Jenae, all of my videos should be in that pool. None of the videos are there. All I see is a bunch of garbage videos where everybody's exploiting Ashlee's death, a bunch of clickbait, a bunch of lies. So the truth is buried, basically. So that means all this energy I'm putting into this investigation that should be reaching the world, it's buried. Thousands and thousands and thousands of videos are crushing the work that was done. That's why I always tell you guys, hit the like button, share the videos, because that tells YouTube that this is the channel that people need to be watching in regards to this case. Because you would think that by now, Ashlee's family would have caught wind of my videos. Steven Twitch Boss family, they caught wind of my videos and they're upset with me because I was exposing them for scamming the people for money. And they had some other guy that was defending Twitch. He wasn't Twitch's friend. You know what I'm saying? He's a liar. We're not even going to mention his name, but you remember the dude that I was exposing that claimed he was Twitch's friend. He was never his friend. He's a liar. He's an opportunist who is trying to get rich off of Twitch's name after he died. That's why I always say, be careful with people that claim they're someone's friend after they die. Once Ashlee was murdered, you had women coming to social media claiming they were good friends with Ashlee. None of those women are friends of Ashlee. They're all opportunists and they just want to make money. That's it. So it's one of them things where you have to know what's real from fake, guys. And Joe is sitting back laughing, man. He's laughing because he know the people are not listening to the truth. There's so many fake videos on YouTube right now. There's so many lies, man. Because I just kind of look to see what other people are talking about, see if there's some real information. And I'm looking at videos and I'm like, it's a lot of AI videos. Y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all got to listen. There's a lot of faceless channels with AI robot voices talking about this Ashlee case, getting hundreds of thousands of views. And the comments are flooded with people, and it's a lie. The whole video is AI. That's disappointing, man, because the truth and the real research is being drowned. So the information the viewers really need so that they can apply pressure, they're not seeing it. Now, again, I'm grateful for those that pull up and actually watch the work, and you understand the diligence and the consistency of my effort. At the same time, it could be better, because when I was investigating the rapper Takeoff case, that case, I did some excellent work, man. Excellent work. I'm surprised nobody got arrested. I'm surprised Quavo didn't get arrested, Mob Ties, none of these dudes, man. It's like everybody just went to their life and just They're free. And Takeoff is dead. You know, there's supposed to be a hearing that's supposed to be coming up soon in regards to the fall guy who basically they're claiming he did it, but they never showed us no video footage. They never showed us him holding the gun. They never showed us nothing. So it's like when these kind of murders happen, um, they really try to suppress the voices like mine that actually make sense. And they promote voices that spread lies. There's this one channel, I'm not going to mention the dude's name, but I noticed that Google is pushing his platform heavy. And the dude is full of shit. Like literally, like you could tell he don't have a soul. He's not really reporting on the story. It's like Google is pushing him everywhere to the point where even news networks are sourcing his video. And I'm saying to myself, this video is a lie. This video has no information. And it's sort of like everybody's in on this. Everybody is in on this. And I really believe you have a lot of moles and agents that are on YouTube that are funded by big corporations and media. And their job is to distract the viewer so that the viewers can believe one thing or support something that is not true. But Joe may end up getting away with what he did to Ashley because there's too much misleading information. Nothing that we can say is the truth because the truth is being overshadowed by the lies. And a lot of viewers are moving on. Some are still seeking answers in regards to the case, but most viewers are like, hey, she's dead. It is what it is. Time to move on. Wrap it up. It is what it is. And that's just horrible because think about how many people have died. They never got no justice. And it's because most of these influencers that are on social media, they just want a check. They don't care about the victim. They really don't. And I try to tell you guys this all the time. And it's almost like y'all think this is a game. A lot of YouTubers do not care about the stories they talk about. And that's crazy. I cannot get on camera and waste my time if I don't have concern for the story. It wouldn't come across right. Now, I showed you guys many times in my videos how a lot of YouTubers are fake. They'll put out fake content in order to get clicks and views. Let me just do something real quick to kind of give you an example of what I mean by fake content. Now, those of you that are viewing, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to do because this is what a lot of times YouTubers do in order to get clicks and views so that you can help them to get rich. And it's not really real. Now, those of you that might pull into the live stream after I do what I'm about to do, you may think that I was being real, but I wasn't. But watch this, guys. This is how a lot of YouTubers do it. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Your Daily Life with Ringo TV. Look, guys, I just want to tell y'all, today when I got up, right, I was literally just taking care of business. And when I finished praying, I just got this feeling of joy that everything is going to be all right in your life. Like everything. I know a lot of us, we go through these struggles and we don't have nobody to talk to. And it'd be rough out here sometime. But while in prayer, I believe that God is going to definitely open up some windows, some doors for a lot of us. And we're going to make it through. We're going to make it through. So I just want to encourage you folks to don't give up. Don't give up. Don't listen. I know time is short. I know your family and everybody might be moving a little weird and stuff, but I need for you guys to know that I really care and I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I got love for you folks. And from the bottom of my heart, I truly want to see all of you make it. So don't give up. That's the type of stuff people do, guys. People do stuff like that on YouTube, man. And you see how easy it is for me to just do that. Now, I'm a video producer. I'm good at acting. Y'all gonna see some movies and productions and stuff come from my platform shortly soon. But I want you to think about everything that I was just doing right there. I was love bombing, manipulating, gaslighting, all of that type of stuff in order to keep your attention. And there's a lot of people that do that type of stuff, guys. And I could expose a lot of people all day, but it just gets tiresome, man. I see platforms where they lie to viewers all day. And I'm like, bro, that's not how you are. You know, that's not how they really are in the real world. So when it comes to this case with Ashlee, it's so many misleading videos that it's hard to speak the truth because of the many lies that are out there. It's just overwhelming, man. I mean, maybe over time we might make progress because when I do these videos, right? Even though I don't trust the family of Ashlee, I'm trying to see if the video content will end up reaching them to the point where they will begin to do the right thing. Number one, take down the GoFundMe because they've been stealing your money. Number two, they need to hire a real investigator to investigate what went down in Africa. Um, they need to find out what was the autopsy results that the I guess the medical folks in Tanzania, wherever they were at, they made it public that there was some sort of autopsy or something being done. Where's the results? That never came in. So the family need to push for this. They need to know what's going on. I don't trust the family. I told you guys a lot of many times they've been compromised already. And a lot of y'all get upset with me. Y'all like, well, that's kind of harsh. They're grieving, Ringo. You don't know what they're going through. You're wrong for saying that. Guys, I am telling you, I've been doing this since 2006. I've seen more families snake their own family for money. This is not new. They already robbed you guys of over $64,000. They never went to Africa. The family did not go to Africa, guys. Let me make something clear to you. Um, we're talking about two families. We're talking about the mother side of the family, and we're talking about the father side. If they were to go to Africa, that means 4 individuals would have to take a flight. They would have to miss work, business, a lot of different things, various obligations they have. They would have to leave. Ain't no telling how long they got to stay in Africa in order to do whatever they got to do. So that is a major commitment in and of itself. But they never made no attempt to go to Africa. So they lied to them. They lied to the people. They lied to the fans of Ashlee. And a lot of you sent your money in good faith because you thought the family was going to do right. If Joe is supposed to be this multimillionaire, he didn't foot the bill because he don't care. This story, it don't even seem real. When you think about a man that's so callous and cold that the family set up a GoFundMe and he didn't even step in to say, hey, I got you guys. I'll make sure you guys can come on down. Y'all can take a tour of the hotel. Y'all can look around, ask questions. We can fight to get justice. At least show yourself to be a man of good character. That man is nowhere to be found. So that's a sign of guilt, guys. It's a sign of guilt. Last thing we heard is that he's being held. They took his passport, but they mentioned that he's not really a suspect and a suspect of any wrongdoing. So they already determined that Joe didn't do anything wrong. You see that? They were just questioning him so that he could be useful in their investigation. But their investigation never pointed to him as a suspect. And it's because nobody's connecting the dots. If a man was with a young lady on her birthday and proposed to her and she ended up dead, and they had some sort of domestic disturbance at a hotel to the point where they had to been separated and put in separate rooms, that don't make sense, guys. Hotels don't mediate a domestic dispute. That no. That's a red flag. These are the type of things that we call out in our videos, hoping that somebody would use some sense and recognize that that never took place. Where's the video footage of Joe being moved to another room? Where's that footage? Where's the receipts? We try to ask the right kind of questions because it's like, how much time are we going to waste doing this? Ashlee is dead, and we need answers. The family's procrastinating. The family is not moving. I am consistently making videos talking about this issue, bringing awareness to this thing, keeping Ashlee's name alive long enough so that the right kind of people could take this case, primarily the FBI, the feds, uh, somebody that's in some sort of power that could look into these type of cases and solve them. But it seems like Ashlee's life don't even matter to nobody. It's like nobody really cares about it, except the YouTubers that keep making videos spreading lies and false information. When you look at me and I'm live right here, you don't see me playing videos. You see me just talking, just being me, just sharing my thoughts with you and bringing awareness to the circumstances at hand. The longer this case continued to just drag out, the more likely Joe will walk and he will be forgotten. And the family, they're not going to do anything because they don't really care. They never had no love for Ashlee to begin with. They were just used to play their position for the media to make it look like the family is hurting and grieving. So it's really a frustrating job to try to convince people about the obvious. From when I started working on this case, I told you guys that the family don't trust the family. I told you guys the father don't act like a father. He's not showing any signs of a man that cares or loves his daughter. Um, I'm a father of 4 girls. You see my shirt, Dad. You see that? It's backwards, but it's a tough job. You know what I mean? And when I think about a father and he lose his daughter, and I don't see that man displaying any sort of anger, diligence to solve what went down. He never loved his daughter. He never did. I don't think Ashlee's father ever loved her. I don't see it. He's not showing no signs of a dad that care. And Joe never loved Ashlee. He never did. You understand? Because if Ashlee's body was returned to the family and it wasn't returned with her engagement ring, her cell phone, her personal belongings, that means that Joe may have stolen these items or someone else stole it. And if these things are not accounted for, this case is null and void. Joe will walk. He will walk because we need evidence. We just can't see. Here's the thing. Even though we know Joe is guilty, you just can't take Joe and just put him in prison. That's not how it works, guys. Even though our gut feeling is telling us everything that this man is guilty of taking that woman out, you just can't take him and drag him into the courts and just say he's guilty. We still have a system by which you have to prove these things in court. There needs to be evidence. There needs to be certain things that just we know he did that can tie him to how she died. And a lot of that information is being covered up right now. The family is not moving. Joe is in hiding. Is Joe still in Africa being held? I don't think so, guys. If Ashlee's body was returned back to the family, there would be no reason for anyone in Africa to still be holding Joe and keeping his passport. There's no reason. If the body was shipped back to the United States, that body is not coming back to Africa. So there's no reason to hold Joe any longer. Do you get what I mean? Matter of fact, Joe is more safer in Africa than in the United States. Joe is more secured in Africa than in the United States. If he comes to the United States, it might get hot for him. If he stay in Africa, he'll be good to go. Why? Because of certain laws where the United States won't be able to touch him because of where he's at. So when you think about this thing from a legal point of view, all Joe got to do is just stay in Africa or go somewhere else where he's pretty much protected from being prosecuted or tied to anything. And with his money, if he have millions, he can pay off whoever he need to pay. You can bribe people. You can, you could do all of that type of stuff overseas. Money, money, money talk, BS walk. People will sell their soul for $1 now. The longer this thing goes on, the more likely Joe McCann may get away with what he did to Ashlee Jenae. And this is why we need these videos to be pushed, really so that the family of Ashlee can do something. Because the most we can do as a community is have these conversations, but just having these conversations alone is not really getting the ball rolling. Get what I mean? So it's like somebody got to see these videos and then apply the pressure. And that would be the family. The family of Ashlee is incompetent right now. They're doing a horrible job, guys. We know what needs to be done. But the family, you guys gave them $64,000. That money wasn't used for anything yet. They planning on burying Ashlee next week. So you planning on burying her next week? What happened to the autopsy? What happened to toxicology tests? What happened to investigation? How you going to bury her next week without no testing? Like, what's going on, guys? It's not making sense. None of this stuff is making sense, man. It's like the family just want to put Ashlee in the ground, take her money, and live their best life. Because here's the thing, again, they never really had a good relationship with Ashlee to begin with. So her being dead is nothing new. It's not like they crying over it. It goes back to what I said in my last live stream that I did earlier today, guys. I said that if I got family members that I love I would shed tears for them. I would go to their funerals. I would be there to show my respects. But if I have family members that I don't even know, family members that we never talk, they never call me, they never visit, I don't even know these people no more. It's like I knew them when I was a kid, but now as an adult, I don't know them. I got cousins, y'all, that I haven't spoken to since I was a kid. I'm talking about from when I was probably like 13, 14 the most. Cousins that I haven't even seen. I'm 48 now, bro. Like seriously, I don't even know these people no more. If something happened to them, no tears would come. I don't care, bro. I don't know those family members no more. And I know a lot of you got family members like that where you once knew them and then now it's like you don't. So it's like you don't have no feelings for them. Well, that's the same way it is with Ashley's parents. They didn't talk to their daughter. They didn't have no real relationship. So her being dead, it's not really affecting them the way we would think it would affect a parent. You would think a parent would be grieving, but they haven't shown nothing. They haven't shed no tears, nothing. Same thing with Allison Hawker. When Twitch died, she never cried. She never did. No tears, nothing. You know? It's absolutely crazy, man. The family have to get the ball rolling with this case, guys. We can have these conversations. I could do these videos. I could bring out a lot of good content, and that's all great. That's good. At the same time, if the family is not taking these videos, applying pressure, asking the real questions, bringing awareness to these issues, then Joe will get away with whatever he did to Ashley. He will get away, and he will most likely do this to another black woman. But this time, we won't know about it because of what he learned in this case, which means keep his business off social media. So for all we know, there will be another victim, another woman. Maybe she might be white, and she may end up getting unalive, and nobody won't know because Joe will move in quietness now. He will make sure that these women don't post pictures with him, you know? Yeah, just because they blood don't make them family. That's very true. Um, I don't know, guys. The situation should have been solved already, guys. Ashley should already done have gotten results. We should have seen Joe arrested by now. He should have been arrested by now. It's taking too long, man. And I believe there's more than one person involved. It's not just Joe. Joe couldn't have pulled this off by himself, guys. It's too clean. It's too clean, guys. For her to lose her life the way she did, and then you have all these conflicting stories, and him being silent, he had to have had help. You know what I mean? It just couldn't have been just him doing this. No. Had to be working with somebody, you know? Um, yeah. He said, I believe he had help. How do we really know her body back in the US? We don't know that we don't know for facts. I mean, the father posts something on his Instagram. I'm not following his Instagram, but I see other people mentioning, I see other sites posting, TMZ, this, that, all these places saying what the father said. He posted a post saying that my baby is back home, right? Um, Anybody can say that. That doesn't mean it's true. That don't mean it's true. You know? Anybody can say that. And everybody is praising God in the comments, saying, thank you, God, for Ashley coming back home. And I'm like, fam, the woman is dead, bro. Why are y'all thanking God that her body is back home? We supposed to be focusing on the murderer who took her out. Then we can thank God that she got justice, that the killer been caught. You know, We need the video surveillance from the hotel. We need phone records from Joe's phone, Ashlee's phone, the mother's phone. The mother said she spoke to Ashlee, that Ashlee called her and told her that her and Joe had a fight. Okay, we need documentation of that. The mother would have to prove that Ashlee really called her. Because if it comes out that Ashlee never called the mother needs to go to prison too. Because that means that she was working with Joe to cover up. So we need phone records on everybody, the father, mother, Joe, everybody that's involved. See, this is why you don't see no real investigation, because it would open a can of worms. You would learn that all these people are in on her death. All of them. All of these people are in on her death, guys. And they don't want to be revealed. That's the part that is crazy. It's like if one person get caught, they're going to snitch on the next person, you know? That's why I say I don't trust none of these people, because the stories don't line up, guys. Joe is sitting back laughing. He's watching these videos and he's laughing. He's like, ha ha, you guys don't understand who I am. I got money. I'm going to walk. Nobody's putting me in jail. Everything was orchestrated perfectly. The AI videos on Ashlee's Instagram, all of those videos are fake, guys. All of them. Those videos were uploaded to be his alibi, to make him appear as a good man who just wanted to propose, who just wanted to do the right thing. And it shows what appears to be a fantasy of love and mystery and happiness. But behind those AI videos, a woman was dead. She was murdered. And the horror she must have faced, and nobody was there to save her. Nobody. Because she was manipulated. She was believing that Joe was her true protector. And again, um, there's a lot of people on YouTube that are bashing her because of her preference for white men. They're saying that she's a swirler, a divester, and I get all of that. You know what I mean? I get it. At the same time, um, we didn't do that in our investigation. We didn't resort to bashing her. We didn't resort to name calling and saying, "Oh, she got what she deserved." No, we didn't do that. You know, it doesn't make sense to uh, victim shame the dead by saying she got what she deserved. That's evil. Like, why would you say that? But that's what a lot of people are doing on YouTube, and I think it's disgusting. And this is why I try to focus only on the case and leave out any personal judgments that I may have, because what that does, it only makes things more complicated for the case. You can't really focus on race and, oh, she loved white men more than black men. I'm not butthurt over that. I don't care. What I'm trying to focus on is we need to solve this crime story as soon as possible. The longer this thing take, guys, the more likely Joe is going to walk, because nothing is happening, man. Who? All right, watch this. Did the family at any point in this entire saga, did you hear the family say Joe did it? No. You didn't hear the family accuse Joe. You didn't hear the family say, "Well, I think there's some foul play," or "I think he may have had a hand in this." It's as if though they don't even believe he did anything. That's a bad sign right there, because that means that the family is not fighting to prove that Joe did something. So when the family talks about investigation, who are they investigating? Who are they investigating? And hello to everybody joining in on the show. Appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm on my cell phone right now. I have my laptop in front of me so I can see the live chat. But y'all know I am working right now and I have to continue to flow. If anybody have a question or anything, you super chat so I can see it. I cannot see through the chat, or else I'll never get through doing my show because there's so many comments. But from time to time, I may look at the chat and read a comment here and there. Um, so again, we're not making this a race issue because all that's going to do is just get all of us angry. And I'm trying to be better at doing my content than playing this little game that everybody else is playing on YouTube. Because I see this on YouTube. It's like black men are making it a race issue. Black women are mad at black men. There seems to be this war going on, this civil war between the two sexes, and everybody's being distracted by this mess, and nobody's focusing on justice for Ashlee. It doesn't matter if she was with a white guy or a black guy. She was murdered. She was murdered. Remember that. She was murdered. And nobody deserves to be murdered just because they had a dispute. You know, did the family post pictures of, proof that they received Ashlee's body back? Are they conducting an autopsy? What are the results? How long is it going to take? Because the public need to know what's going on. You guys gave them 64,000. You have every right to demand answers. Those of you that were true fans and supporters of Ashlee supposed to be at the forefront, making sure that the family is accountable for that money you gave them. You know what I'm saying? They have to be accountable, guys. Don't just give your money away. Listen, $64,000, bro. I need $64,000 right now. God knows I need that. But you guys gave that to a family and they never even stepped foot in Africa to at least get her personal belongings or go to the hotel, find out who are these people that entered the room. What staff member at the hotel was able to get into the room? Point out who was the guy or woman that went to go get the charger for Ashlee. We need to talk to that person. And we need a translator who speak their language so we can translate. See, all of these things we have to pinpoint. Now, I don't know what the climate looked like in Tanzania or wherever they were. What is the language that is spoken, or do they speak English? I don't know. But if they don't even speak English, that makes it even worse. It makes it even worse, guys, because that means Ashlee is down there not knowing what they're saying. So anybody could have set her up. For all we know, Joe knows the native tongue in that area. Come on now. It don't make no sense, man. He may know the language. If he visit Africa all the time, a lot of times men like him know the language or they know people. And Ashlee have no clue. They could be talking about her, setting her up, speaking in their language, and for whatever reason, Ashlee don't even know what's going on. So it's a messed up situation, man. It's a messed up situation what's going on, man. I just try to bring answers, you know, keep the conversation going so that people can share their thoughts and we can kind of get to the bottom of this case. Because that's what Ashlee would want, is for somebody to solve the case. You know what I'm saying? So why the parents is not diligent with getting results for their daughter? Think about this, guys. Those of you that have been following my live streams and you've seen all this work that I put into these shows, you can see the passion, the consistency, the diligence. Now look at Ashlee's family and ask yourself the question: are they working hard daily to get results to bring justice for their daughter? No, they're not. And that's the part that is scary. That's the part that's concerning me, is that, can you trust them? I don't. I don't trust Ashlee's family, man. I don't trust them or the media, because the media been lying too. It's like all these people are liars, man. It's like everything right now is being done for money, and nobody truly cares about what happened to that woman. Nobody really cares. It's like, let me just see how much views I could get. Let me see how much I can lie, manipulate people, and then I'll be happy at the end of the month. Sad, man. It's absolutely sad how, with all these people that are talking about the Ashlee case, nobody's really focusing on anything that's truthful. There's so much clickbait, AI slop, lies, people talking to psychics, people talking to mediums trying to get answers. That's crazy, man. You guys got to be smarter than that, man. Because that woman that I exposed, that so-called psychic medium lady, um, if she really is accurate in her information, she would just tell everybody where Joe lived, have brought out a lot of info on what he did, what the fight was. She don't have no info, fam. She don't got nothing. It's a joke. You know, these people are lying, and they'll do anything for a dollar, man. That's why I cannot stand social media, is because a lot of people that claim to be content creators, they're not content creators at all. They're just taking up space, man. They're taking up space, and the people that are really doing the job, they're not getting uh, the reach that they deserve, so that the message get out there. Because anybody that watched my content in regards to this case, your whole mind would change. You'll be like, wow, I never seen it that way. You right, man. Man, you making good points, bro. Wow, I didn't see it that way. Yeah, you'll start to see the bigger picture. And you'll also start to realize who's fake. Because I don't got no time to be lying to the people. I don't got no time for all that goofy stuff. Lying to your viewers only hurts your platform. I told you already that you, the viewers, you're the ones who make or break a platform. You guys decide that, not me. I can make the best videos in the world. If you guys decide that y'all don't like my content, I suffer. And I understand that. That's why it's the same thing in business. Like, if you have a store and you're treating all your customers like shit, you ain't gonna have no more business, because you got to understand business. When people come to your store, you greet the folks when they come in, the patrons. You make sure you give them good customer service. You give them a nice experience when they come into your store. If you treat them like garbage, the word of the mouth is going to get around, and before you know it, nobody ain't going to come to your store. You're going to lose all sorts of business. So that same principle applies to social media too. Even the job where you work right now. Those of you that are on a 9 to 5, whether you're in retail, whether you're in, maybe you're an Amazon worker, DHL, FedEx, UPS, Lyft driver, whatever it is that you do, there's a level of respect that you have to have for your customers. If you don't understand how to talk to people, if you don't understand how to relate to people and just do good business, you'll be out of business. So on social media, when you do content, and you're lying to your viewers, manipulating the viewers, putting out false info, that hurts your platform. Because once the viewer get upset and they're like, yo, I clicked on your video, you said X, Y, and Z, you didn't deliver, I'm upset. Now they're disappointed. The algorithm, which is controlled by the people, now you get punished. Because why? You're manipulating the story. And there's so many manipulative creators. I don't even want to call them creators, because they're not creating anything. They're regurgitating garbage, and they keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Like, you had one clip somebody posted on YouTube. It got a plethora of views. They're making all this money of a clip that displays what appears to be a man and a woman in a hotel or fighting in a room, and they're saying that that's Ashlee and Joe. That's not true. It's AI. It's fake. And yet people are in those videos believing that it's real. It's sick, guys. It's sick how these platforms are still on YouTube, and all they do is spread lies. in a topic that is serious. It don't make no sense, you know. Um, Let me see. Da, 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 da. Shanquella's mother came forth to update us why Ashley parents think setting a GoFundMe but don't update us. Joe is getting away with this. The parents moving weird. Like I said many times, guys, the parents been compromised already. They may have been paid by Joe, and I've seen this so many times. That's why it's almost like, we're waiting for results. We're waiting. I mean, maybe they might have some results, but okay, let's say the family did an autopsy, some sort of toxicology, whatever testing they want to do, and it come back negative, it come back whatever. Then what? Then what? What are we going to do? What could we do now? You know? What we going to say? Because I don't think the family is trying to pin anything on Joe. I think the family is just playing their cards, and when the smoke clear, they're going to just move on with their lives, and Ashley died in vain. That's pretty much what I see going on, guys. You know, it's bad, but you know, I just really wish that uh, YouTube would just kind of remove the garbage and make the viewers see the truth. Because I think that if more people are watching my content on this case, it'll get back to the media. The media would start to report on these type of stories because, believe it or not, a lot of times the news media will watch YouTube and get content off of my content and literally say, hey, we got large platforms, media coverage. Hey, there's this guy on YouTube. He raised some very serious questions in regards to the Ashlee Jenae case. We just want to report on this thing. And next minute they do a segment and they featured a clip from my platform. And it's like, wow, word is getting around. Now the media is talking about it. Now the media is pressing the buttons necessary to bring awareness to the situation. This is why content like mine is very, very important when it comes to this case, because we're asking the right kind of questions. You know, Joe haven't even been interviewed by nobody yet. That's crazy. How you were there with this woman, you had a fight with her. People want to know what that fight was about. So where is Joe to interview? Where is Joe to answer these questions? Where is this guy hiding? Why is he hiding? Why the parents of Ashley don't know where Joe lived? Why the parents of Ashley don't have his phone number? Did Joe change his phone number? Because obviously they had to speak to this man by phone, right? Because they said that Joe called him. Okay, so if Joe called him, he had to use the phone. Okay, so what's that phone number? Did y'all search that phone number? You can reverse phone number search people and find things about them, guys. Where's the information? Like, who is Joe? Where he live? Why nobody's investigating this guy yet? Why is he being protected? I don't know, guys. But we're gonna keep you posted. We're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna keep our foot on Joe's neck and keep the story moving. And hopefully we see something in the coming weeks where the family might bring some info and whatnot. I may have to follow the father's page in order to get more information because I'm not following him on Instagram because I don't like how he's moving. He got his page set on private, which means if you click follow, they're monitoring you before they think about approving you. That right there is a red flag. If your daughter just died and you set up a GoFundMe, your page is not supposed to be private. Your page is supposed to be public. So people can go to your page to see what updates you got so they can ask you questions, send you messages, whatever the case is. When your page is private, that is a red flag. That means that they're monitoring whoever gained access to their page. Red flag, guys. It's a red flag, you know? So we're going to get up one out of here. Peace and blessings to the minds in the chat. Caramel, Kimmy Kim, Forever Studios. Appreciate all of y'all supporting the show. It is what it is. I'm gonna catch you guys um, on another episode and whatnot. Um, yeah, man. Joe McCann may get away with what he did to Ashlee Jenae. I hope he don't. But with so many lies and so many fluff videos, and it's just oversaturated with crap about this story that the truth is hidden. And again, guys, go on YouTube and type in Ashlee Jenae and see if you see my videos pop up, because they don't pop up, guys. They don't pop up. I'm like, where my videos at? Where's my work? Why is YouTube hiding my videos? But the videos that are garbage, they have them at the forefront for anybody that search Ashlee Jenae's video, Ashlee Jenae content. The first 5 rows of videos is nothing but content creators that YouTube want you to see. And all of these videos are lies. It's like they're not giving people the truth, the real content. It's crazy, man. You could do 2 type of search. Search Ashlee Jenae by itself and see if my videos come up. Then type in Ashlee Jenae Ringo TV. I bet you see videos of mine then. You probably will see a video of mine. But when you just type in Ashlee Jenae, you don't see none of my videos. You'll be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You're like, damn, where Ringo videos at? You don't even find them. I don't know, man. But anyway, guys, y'all have a blessed evening, blessed night, blessed day wherever you are. Drive safe if you're on the road. If you're new to the platform and you like the content, consider subscribing to the show. Um, we're happy to have you aboard. Hit the like button, guys, if you appreciate the work that we do. That helps with the algorithm. If you think my videos suck and you don't like my commentary, you don't like my hat, whatever the case is, leave a comment and let us know, why you don't like my hat, why you don't like my video. And you can give the video a thumbs down. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Maybe we can meet on better circumstances next time. Maybe my content might be better another time. Or perhaps leave some feedback on how I can make the content better. All in all, I appreciate everybody that stopped by the show, those of you that support the work that we do over here. And that's about it, guys. So we're going to get up on out of here. We'll catch you in another episode and whatnot. If you would like to support the shows, if you like my commentary, if you like my content, you would like to support our efforts, you can do so via $ Ringo TV Raw on Cash App or on PayPal, paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw, if you would like to support our work efforts on this broadcast. So I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.